Well, it's been a little while since I put out a video where I'm just talking about various thoughts that I'm having in regard to research, philosophy, history, so on. I did a series of other videos through the modality of my channel logo brand, which was Historic Reason. These particular videos were more structured. And these videos that I would like to put out are not going to be structured, but it's going to be more of me talking freely in terms of what's coming up for me in my research. So right now I am working on the completion of my dissertation project, which is a qualitative IPA study. And in this process of putting together my various findings, I've been contemplating what research looks like in the age of AI and the importance of qualitative studies in the age of AI. It's important to get lived experiences. It's important to recognize the foundational level of who we are as humans, and that it's important to have actual human experiences. If you watch some of my earlier videos, which are no longer available, I would often reference Descartes and the Cartesian lens in terms of a particular epistemology. And I do think that Descartes' philosophy is still quite relevant to our contemporary. I think it's quite relevant to our contemporary because we see that in his particular methodology, his epistemology always begins with a subject and really is hyper focused on a subject being involved with the garnering or gathering of truth, which is through rationalism. And we could say, well, what does rationalism have to do with interpretative phenomenological analysis? We can be rational in our approach to how we gather and put together our research. Our lived experiences become increasingly important and significant in the age of technology. And at the same time, it's very important that we recognize this from a rational lens. But we also value and we garner the relevance of the bodily form and how we can interpret the direct experiences of individuals and ourselves. We use the body essentially as a tool. So, in a sense, we are still honing in on a Cartesian viewpoint, uh, even though we are still in interpretative phenomenological analysis, recognizing how a person interprets their lived experiences. Although we would likely put Descartes in the category of quantitative research merely because of his background as a mathematician, because his particular interpretation of truth is objective, it's certain, starting from a place of doubt, but that place of doubt had to begin with a subject in terms of where truth can be found, and that truth is found within the subject itself. But the subject itself is open to various interpretations. It's relevant in our contemporary because of the fact that a lot of people are concerned that AI is going to take over a variation of jobs. We have the ethical responsibility as human persons to use AI with ethical responsibility and to also recognize our own importance in the lived world, the lived experiences. And therefore, narrative, IPA, other qualitative studies alongside a rational level of thinking are all relevant and necessary and significant in this particular time period.